What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bri, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, comics, all that stuff, but definitely spoiler warning for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 9. We got the Q&A from the Spoiling Dead fans, and shout out, credit to them for sure. They do an amazing job, and The Walking Dead is back, guys. Well, it'll be back this weekend, but you know what I'm talking about. We got the Q&A, and it's always exciting to talk about. But first, guys, before we get to it, please hit that subscribe button to help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Hit the join button to become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family, and ring the bell to be notified when we post videos every day. Here we go. Is Negan with Alpha and the Whisperers when she traps them in the cave? No. What is Negan's plan when he tells Alpha about Gamma being a spy? Is Gamma in on it? If Gamma isn't in on it, does she find out Negan told Alpha? No information on any of these situations. Does Alpha trust Negan completely? At first, she tells him to stop trying to induce paranoia, but once Beta tells her that Gamma is nowhere to be found, she starts thinking that he was right. So Negan was right. So Alpha is there, and I talk about the opening minutes. She's there at the cave, no Negan. So Negan knows what's going on with the Whisperers already. He's been there what? How many days? A couple days? Well, they want us to believe that Negan can figure out the Whisperer camp so slyly because one, it's probably not that hard. The Whisperer camp is not that big. There's only so many things going on, and it's kind of archaic, you know, like the hierarchy of things. Alpha, Beta, no names, Gamma. I don't know if you saw our other videos where we talked about Negan and him talking with Alpha, how he knows what's going on because he's been there, because he was the leader of the Saviors, and he talks about it, that he knows what's going on, and Alpha needs to trust him because he's been where she is. Can you tell us about Alpha and Negan's sexy time scene together? When she takes her to a remote location, well, I guess it's when she takes him to a remote location in the woods, he thinks she's going to kill her, which should be him. He thinks she's going to kill him. She makes him walk in front of her with eyes forward, asks him to take off his clothes, and when she tells him to turn around, she's naked too. She tells him that he's a crass man, so she thought he would appreciate a crass reward for the information on Gamma. He asks if this is a praying mantis situation where she will rip off his head afterward, but then he says that it's been a long time and that he'll take his chances. The final shot of the sequence is a wide angle of them from the side, naked bodies pressed together, kissing, and yes, she keeps the skin mask on. How does Beta react to Alpha and Negan becoming so close? Does he know? Does anyone? No knowledge, no reaction. Alpha sends Beta to look for Gamma himself. So is this it right here? Is this the naked time? Mature warning for sure. I think there is some message that's going to come up during the episode, probably for that moment. But Negan is probably worried that Alpha's going to kill him. And why wouldn't he, right? But should you be worried? Or should you try to take her down? But either way, I guess he does take her down, right? You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, Negan and Alpha. What do you think of it? I think it's gross. Alpha's got to be gross. I mean, she doesn't shower. She doesn't bathe. She probably doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't shave. I don't know. It's just got to be gross to be in the woods sweating in those Whisperer skin masks, wearing all those clothes. It's got to be gross and sweaty, and it's got to stink so bad. But it's been a long time, so I guess Negan is going to do the dirty with Alpha. Do any characters have heart-to-heart discussions when they realize they are trapped? What do Kelly and Connie talk about? Daryl and Carol, of course, with Daryl once again being unrealistically mature. When Carol tells him that she wants to hurt Alpha, he tells her that he understands and probably would have felt the same way unless she tried to stop him. He tells her to quit this because the people she cares about are starting to get hurt. He repeats that they fight for the future, not for revenge, and gets her to promise that she will stop. So she does. Must have had her fingers crossed behind her back. I don't remember any specific dialogue between Kelly and Connie that is worth mentioning. There is a short scene where Kelly asks Connie if she thinks it's day or night, to which Connie says, try not to think about it. How do the characters remain calm? There really is no panic except when Carol, who is apparently claustrophobic, gets a little winded. Connie helps her calm down by drawing the letters "You are okay" with her finger in Carol's palm. I think this is mostly because everyone is convinced there must be a way out since the Walkers and the Whisperers must have gotten inside somehow. So of course we're going to get the Daryl and Carol conversation. We know that's coming. We don't fight for revenge, we fight for the future, and you know, it's going to be a nice moment. Some of the best moments are with Daryl and Carol, and this should be one of them. But The fact that Carol keeps making these decisions is kind of frustrating. And I like the callback to Carol being claustrophobic in season 1 of The Walking Dead. I know a lot of people mentioned it, so it's pretty cool that they're connecting the dots like that. I love seeing that they have great continuity of the story and the characters as they should. But you can't be happy with Carol. And we know that Magna's not going to be happy with her. We saw that in the trailer and the teasers and all that stuff. But Connie, Kelly, everybody should be somewhat disappointed at Carol and her decisions. More on that later. I wonder how long they're actually going to be in this cave. Which characters take the lead to search for a way out? Do any give up? No giving up on anyone's part, quite the opposite. In fact, Daryl is the most active, closely followed by Magna, who explains to Aaron that she's going hard because she isn't happy about the way she left things with Yumiko. How many walkers are there? Whispers. The way the cave sequence is set up is that they move from chamber to chamber. In one of these chambers, Daryl grabs Magna as she was about to act too quickly and fall off a ledge. They look down in the apparent hole, but it's too dark to see. Daryl sets a small bundle of bushes and branches on fire, drops it down in the hole, and it turns into a huge chasm with maybe thousands of walkers in it. I thought maybe we were being led to believe that this is the infamous horde itself, and there are also whispers throughout the cave who meet their untimely deaths at the hands of our heroes. Does Carol take the dynamite behind the others' backs? Was she there when Aaron explains how volatile it is? Yes and yes, although it's Jerry who does the explaining, and I think that's precisely what gets the idea in her head, hearing that the stuff might still be viable. So Jerry did it, or Jer Bear, wherever you want to say. Where are they getting these lamps and lanterns and flashlights and whatever you want to call them? If they were in the bag before they went into the cave, that's terrible. Stop, put a flashlight on, and then go into the cave. They wouldn't be in this current situation. So we're going to have thousands and thousands of walkers here. We're going to have Daryl and Magna going hard. We're going to see Jerry has some knowledge about dynamite and explosives. I mean, what doesn't Jerry do? I love this guy. Jerry Bear, we love you. After part of the cave collapses, do we see Magna and Connie's point of view? Is it suggested to all that we should believe Connie and Magna died from the explosion? No to them dying. We do see the two of them inside the cave with things seemingly collapsing around them, but no catastrophic images. What's everyone's reaction when the cave collapses? Kelly falls onto her knees and bursts into tears. Daryl immediately goes to clear the rocks that are now covering the exit. Aaron tells them that it would take weeks, so Daryl tells him to help them. Kelly gets up and says no. She says that the explosion will attract both walkers and whispers and that they are in no position to fight them where they are. We can't save them if we're dead. While Daryl attempts to walk away, completely ignoring and avoiding Carol, she starts crying and begging him to tell her that it was all her fault. You cared about her, she's gone, and it's all because of me. I need you to say it. I thought this was a really powerful scene. He tries to walk away a few times. She tries to hold onto his arm or something to stop him. He pulls back as if disgusted. He never says anything to her. He tells Aaron to go back and let the others know, and he takes off saying that there should still be another way in/out. So we don't know the fate of these two, Connie and Magna, but I would assume they survive, right? Carol, you should be upset. Hopefully, there's an explosion that sets you straight because you got to snap out of it. Your decisions are getting other people hurt, and this is a big one. Connie and Magna potentially dying should hopefully snap Carol out of it, and I'm guessing Daryl stays around the cave based on what potentially happens in Season 10, Episode 10. How's Doggo? No sight of him on this one, unfortunately, so he's alright. Do we see any other communities in this episode, or is it just the cave and the whispers? No other communities are in this one. Do we see Lydia at all? No. So I think the early word is that we'll see Lydia in Season 10, Episode 10. I can't wait to see what happens with Lydia in the back half of Season 10. We're going to see the Whispers, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Negan. Man, I can't wait to see what happens with this group. It's only Season 10, Episode 9, so we're getting there, guys. But what's going to happen with all these people here? I can't wait to find out. What did you think were the most interesting parts of the episode? There's one important thing that I couldn't make fit into the context of the questions. It's definitely worth mentioning that Daryl noticed Carol's absence, went to look for her, found her at the edge of the walker-filled abyss, and tried to talk her down yet again. When she said that they could take out half the horde from there, he tells her once again to let go and come back with him, please, and then boom. At this point, I can't say for sure if she actually shook her head no to Daryl and reached for the dynamite on purpose, or if she reached for it to get it because it's dangerous but it dropped unintentionally. I think I'm seeing the head shake, but I don't know. Another important thing here is that Carol seemed to be a bit out of it after the explosion, and Connie and Magna actually go back from where they were near the exit back through the tunnels to where Daryl and Carol are, with Connie telling Magna that they might need help. The two of them help Daryl and Carol get to the exit, when the only ones left inside are Magna and Connie, with Jerry trying to keep the exit open. Whispers come. Magna goes to fight them and tells Jerry to get out. Connie goes with Magna, Aaron pulls Jerry out, and the whole thing collapses. Whew, man, that's a lot. So I guess Aaron helps Jerry, Magna and Connie are trapped, but Jerry is safe. And I know a lot of people were worried about that when we saw the trailer many months ago. Well, again, guys, these are potential spoilers. They may or may not occur, but I believe they will. They're highly likely to occur, all that stuff. But how is Magna and Connie going to escape the cave? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't believe they're in Season 10, Episode 10. So all that stuff happens in Season 10, Episode 9. And potentially we have to wait to Episode 11 or beyond. What do you think of Negan and Alpha getting together? Is it gross? Are you excited to see it? I'm not excited, but, you know, it's a fictional show, and I guess when it's been a long time, it's been a long time, and you look past some things. But let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, check out the link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you join the fight and pick up your copy today, as all the proceeds from the book series come back to the channel as well as the book series. Enjoy the episode when you watch it, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.